You want news? I'll give you news. This is October. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. 270,000 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year. 42 to 47,000 of them will die. That's news. That's the stuff that we need to be focusing on. Anyway, I did a video about that. My breast cancer awareness challenge. Links down below. It's, less than 400 people are killed every year by all rifles combined. But the left, they want the terrified factor. You want terrified? Look at a 18-year-old Marine who just got out of boot camp in the eyes and tell him his mom's been diagnosed with cancer. That's what fear looks like. Trust me. And this is my favorite clip of the week. I wish I had like some bum 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 Johnny's favorite clip of the week thing to put in there, but I'm just like, I don't want to invest that kind of time or effort. Welcome back, everybody, to week number 145 of the Trump impeachment process. It's taking a little bit of time. I'm winded already. Well, either I'm winded from that or the fact that I just spent the last hour shoveling horse poop out of our arena because apparently some of the boarders here thinking it's okay to just let their horse poop in the arena and not clean it up. Because they're like, screw it. Somebody else pick it up. These are the same people that, sometimes you sit a little bit too far back on the toilet and when you poop, you kind of get that little smudge. You know what I'm talking about, that little smudge on the very back of the seat. And when you stand up to flush, you're like, oh man, I sat a little bit too far back. Everybody knows that smudge. So then what do? Like a normal, responsible person, take a little bit of extra toilet paper, you clean that smudge up, throw it in, and then you flush. No! These are the same people that when you lift the toilet lid cover, you see that smudge there? These are those people. They're the ones that get up, look back before they flush, and they're like, oh, there's a smudge there. Somebody else will clean it up. Dirty people. Dirty. Anyways. So week 145, and still nothing. I don't know. They're still grasping at straws. I think that they arrested Giuliani's babysitter because she had ties to him back in 1980. I think that's who they're going after now. Or maybe it was Rudy Giuliani's babysitter's brother because he dropped her off to babysit. That's right. That's what it was. And you know what? Trump put it succinctly in his latest rally. I'm going to play that clip right here.
Radical Democrats' policies are crazy, their politicians are corrupt, their candidates are terrible, and they know they can't win an election day, so they're pursuing an illegal, invalid, and unconstitutional bullshit impeachment.
Exactly what I've been saying the whole time. Dems, dude, get a message, get a candidate, get us somebody that we can get behind. If not, shut the fuck up and sit down for another 4 years. Look, y'all got 5 years. This is the exact same thing I said as soon as Trump was elected president. I said, look, y'all got 4 years. Cultivate, groom, get somebody educated, get somebody out there in the public, get somebody with a little bit of charisma, like start pumping them up now. But instead they spent all their time, money, and energy on impeaching Trump. And here we are almost 3 years later, still nothing to impeach him on. They still don't have a candidate. Name one person you think can beat Trump right now. It's nobody. The only person that has a fighting chance is Tulsi Gabbard. And then I donated money to Tulsi Gabbard. I've never donated in my entire life. Never donated to any candidate ever. And up until about 15, 16 years ago, I was a registered Republican until I realized that I'm not really a Republican, that when my mom raised me, she raised me actually with some good values. I was trying to be Michael P. Keaton, trying to be a super Republican, but I realized that I had the whole like, you know what, if you want to be gay married, I'm fine with that. If you want to have an abortion, I'm fine with that. Whatever you do in your own personal life, I'm fine with that. But I want the government to spend less of my tax money. I want them to tax me less. So then one of my buddies was like, dude, you're so libertarian, you don't even know it. And then I went online and I took that little libertarian test, and I was very disappointed. It was like I was finding out that I was gay. Nothing against gay people. Like I said, I support you being gay. I'm just saying I'm straight. But imagine if you're gay, or you thought you were gay your entire life, and then all of a sudden you realized you took a Republican test and you were like, holy shit, I'm Republican. What the fuck? Now I have to tell my friends? That's what it was like for me being a straight white male. I had to come out and tell all my friends, hey, guys, I'm sorry. I'm a libertarian. They didn't beat me up that badly. I didn't even have to go to the hospital or nothing. But anyway, welcome back to What a Week It Has Been. So yeah, Trump pulls all of our troops out of Syria. All of them! He pulled all our troops out of Syria. Now Syria is going to be destroyed by Turkey. Except that we had about 50 folks there in Syria. And once that all comes out, the media is like, oh, there, he's pulling all of our troops out. 50 people, really? Really? 50? Do you know how few people, 50? At our karaoke parties, we normally have more than 50 people. That's how few 50 people is. 50 people ain't doing shit. So, but they just need a reason to be angry at Trump. Impeach Trump. I don't know. Find something. He pulled all of our troops out of Syria. That's going to cause unrest in the Middle East. And there's going to be mass chaos. It's 50 people. I'm a badass. I can take me plus The Rock plus 50 other people badder than The Rock. And we still wouldn't make a dent in whatever the hell's going on over there. Joker opened this last weekend, and nobody was killed, nobody was shot. You know why? Because dumb motherfuckers post stupid shit on 4chan, and the left idiot libtards jump all over it like, oh my god, there's gonna be mass shootings because these guys said it on 4chan. This is the same fucking media that made the Anti-Defamation League call this sign and the fucking bull idiot haircut racist because they read it on 4chan. Are these people's lives so fucking boring that they have to make up shit to be terrified about? Because that's exactly what this is. Like, this is how good we got it in America. We have to be terrified about some guy living in his mom's basement in, I don't know, one of the suburbs of Milwaukee, who hasn't seen the light of day in 8 or 10 days. His mom brings him all of his food, and she's like, that's okay, honey. One of these days, you're going to be a big gamer. You just keep going. Hasn't ever been laid. And he says, you know what I'm going to post online? The bowl cut and the OK symbol is racist. And then all these other incels, involuntarily celibate idiots, say the same thing. Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Motherfuckers, you don't even have the initiative to get the fuck out of your mom's basement and get a job. And you're going to have, how in the hell are you going to get a gun? And then if you do get a gun, how are you going to get the ammo? Are you going to go down to the range and practice? Are you just going to watch movies? Fucking retards. And the media just runs with it like these guys are actually scary. These guys can't even move out of their parents' houses. And then the Huffington Post, like, I don't know, like, I read Yahoo News, which I shouldn't, because it's just a bunch of libtard idiot facts. But every day I open up Yahoo, let's see what Yahoo News is talking about. And every day there's a post from Huffington Post. And every Monday it's, You know what Jon Oliver said on his show? That's not fucking news. What a supposed comedian who's not even funny, who got kicked off the Daily Show because he's an idiot, says on a TV show isn't news. You want news? I'll give you news. This is October. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. 270,000 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer this year. 42 to 47,000 of them will die. That's news. That's the stuff that we need to be focusing on. Anyway, I did a video about that. My breast cancer awareness challenge. Links down below. You know, it's, you know, less than 400 people are killed every year by all rifles combined. But the left, they want the terrified factor. You want terrified? Look at a 18-year-old Marine who just got out of boot camp in the eyes and tell him his mom's been diagnosed with cancer. That's what fear looks like. Trust me. And then, of course, the libtards have a knee-jerk reaction because 8 people have died this year from e-cigarettes. So what is their knee-jerk reaction? Because they hate the tobacco companies, they hate nicotine. Ban e-cigs! Never mind the hundreds of thousands of lives that have been saved because people have switched from actual cigarettes that actually cause cancer to e-cigs. So we're reducing from hundreds of thousands of deaths a year to 8, and they're like, nope, ban the e-cigs. You can't even have e-cigs. Look at you guys, vote for these people. Well, I mean, probably if you're watching this video, not you, but somebody you know is voting for these motherfuckers. You need to fucking, I don't know, walk up to them, and if you see that one nose hair that's just barely sticking out of their nose, just go, hey, come here, you voted liberal, right? Come here, hey, get close. And then just grab that nose hair and just go plink. And when they jerk back and their eyes water, go, don't ever do that stupid shit again. So, PG&E, which is the electric company up in Northern California, last year they got sued by a bunch of people because they didn't maintain their power lines like they were supposed to. They charged their customers exorbitant rates, saying, you know, we need this extra money because we have to fix the power lines and make it safer for you. And then as soon as the first breeze blew over like 12 miles an hour, boom, fire. Killed like 80 people, wiped out an entire town, like right off the face of the earth. Just like that town is gone. It's been a year. We don't even remember the name of that damn town because it's wiped off the map. You Google Maps right now, hey, town that got wiped off the map, they'll be like, yeah, we don't see that. So this year, PG&E, as a get back to everybody else, has their little fucking kid, like, fun, you want to sue us and take all of our money, all of our pensions, all of our bonuses? Every time the wind blows, you don't get no power. These motherfuckers shut down the power to Northern California because the wind was supposed to start blowing. And then guess what? The wind didn't blow. I mean, that takes me off of the tangent of these idiots that know exactly what the temperature is going to be in 150 years, but they can't tell if the wind's going to blow tomorrow or not. Yeah, I'm going to believe you're fucking dumbass. So anyway, the wind didn't blow the next day. It blew like 36 hours later in the middle of the night. Somebody's dump truck caught on fire. So the geniuses driving the dump truck were like, you know what we should do? Just dump it on the fucking side of the road because plants, they don't catch on fire, especially at the, you know, in fall when everything's dried up and dead, right? So these idiot motherfuckers dump their fucking load on the side of the road, catches Southern California on fire. It's what is it, Porter Ranch. Porter Ranch burns down every year. I'm like, you know what, look, every year Porter Ranch burns down, and if you live there, I have no fucking sympathy for you. The only reason I live in Orange County, Porter Ranch is just north of LA. It's a little tiny community, and the only reason that I know the name Porter Ranch is because every year they're like, oh, 480 acre fire in Porter Ranch every year. I'm like, when are these idiots going to get it? Don't fucking live there. So there's Porter Ranch fire. And you know what? Honestly, with all these climatologists saying, oh, the Earth's getting hotter and that causes fires. Like, really, motherfucker? Have you read the book Fahrenheit 451? The reason it's called Fahrenheit 451 is because paper catches fire at 451 degrees. Yeah, y'all didn't know I knew that, huh? With as many motherfuckers as I drop, and I'm just a fucking construction worker cowboy. I paid attention in high school. So 450 degrees. So are they saying that if we didn't go up that 1 degree from last year, I don't even think we went up a degree, we probably went down. But if the air temperature was 78 degrees instead of 79 degrees, that fire wouldn't have happened because it would have only been 450 degrees and not 451 that sparked off the whole fire. Dumb motherfuckers, what the fuck? I've heard rumblings about my girl Hillary. Everybody, she just came out with a book. She was up there with her ugly ass daughter, Chelsea. She's hard to look at. She reminds me of this guy that I used to team rope with. And they used to have this competition where you'd have a roper, a guy on a horse roping, and then you'd have a girl that would have to run out and brand the cow. So this is the way that it worked. They let the cow out, you chase the cow with your horse, and then there's a big circle, and the girl has to stand in the circle until you rope, or the boy, it can be a girl roper and a boy runner, and it's deep sand. So they let the cow out, the person on the horse has to catch the cow, stop it, then the person in the circle has to run over, and it's just dipped in baby powder. They have a little brand dipped in baby powder. They just have to run over and just tap the cow on the butt, and then bam, you get your time. So this guy always used to pick the same girl, and he always used to win. And we were like, dude, you always win and you always pick that same girl. And he goes, yeah, she's ugly as homemade sin, but she can run like there ain't no tomorrow. She's ugly as homemade sin, but she can run like there ain't no tomorrow. That's Hillary. Hillary is ugly as homemade sin, but she runs like there ain't no tomorrow. So what is this, her third time running now? Come on, Hillary, give it up, baby. Look, you ugly as dog shit. Actually, dog shit's like, damn, that's an ugly bitch. So anyway, Hillary, I have exclusive video of Hillary sit down with underworld boss Marsellus Wallace. And this is what he said.
Think you're gonna find when all this shit is over and done? I think you're gonna find yourself one smiling motherfucker. Thing is, Butch, right now, you got ability. But painful as it may be, ability don't last. And your days are just about over. Now that's a hard motherfucking fact of life. But that's a fact of life your ass is gonna have to get realistic about. See, this business is filled to the brim with unrealistic motherfuckers. Motherfuckers who thought their ass would age like wine. If you mean it turns to vinegar, it does. If you mean it gets better with age, it don't. Besides, Butch, how many fights do you think you got in you anyway? 2? You came close, but you never made it. And if you were gonna make it, you would have made it before now.
See? Marsellus Wallace knows what's going on. Fucking Billy Idol gets it.
See, Billy Idol gets it. I don't know why she doesn't get it.
Ellen DeGeneres got invited to a Cowboys game by the owner's daughter. Ellen's a friend of the owner of the Dallas Cowboys' daughter. So she invites Ellen and Portia, says, hey, why don't you come over here? Okay, this is your seat. So who's Ellen sitting next to? George W. Bush. And all the idiot libtards got upset because they were laughing. They were sitting next to each other. Ellen DeGeneres Ellen DeGeneres is a comedian. And she made George Bush laugh. Former President George Bush laugh. And they picked that one frame out and they were like, well, you're a lesbian. You're not allowed to make war criminals laugh. George Bush isn't a war criminal. George Bush stopped a genocide of an entire people by sending troops to Iraq and getting rid of Saddam Hussein. That's the bottom line. Yeah, did he lie? I don't know, because Jon Stewart had the second in command of the Iraqi Air Force on his show when he was doing the Daily Show. And the second command of the Iraqi Air Force told Jon Stewart asked him, did you guys have weapons of mass destruction when we invaded? And the second in command said no. Because as soon as George Bush threatened, they loaded everything up on the Air Force airplanes, on the cargo planes, and they flew it to Syria. And that's why we didn't find it. And Jon Stewart to this day never acknowledges the fact that that guy was on his show and said that. And if you search the internet right now for when Jon Stewart had the Iraqi Air Force second in command on his show, you can't find it. They deleted it because they want to stick with the narrative that they never had weapons of mass destruction. Of course they did. And we didn't even need that anyway, because they were denying the UN. Part of the deal was that they had to allow UN peacekeepers in there to inspect, to make sure that they weren't making more weapons of mass destruction. And they kept denying the UN inspectors, or putting them off, or sending them to the wrong locations. So that was the whole thing. And Clinton didn't do shit about it. So they had like a good 2-3 years of just putting off Clinton, and Clinton was like, well, I don't care. I'm getting blown by these interns. So if y'all want to if y'all want to deny the UN inspectors, I guess we can't do nothing about it. I don't know. Oh yeah, come here, Monica. You. Don't wear that blue dress again. I don't like that one.
So Portia and I were invited by Charlotte Jones. She's the daughter of Jerry Jones, who owns the Dallas Cowboys. And we went because we wanted to keep up with the Joneses. So anyway, we get to sit in this very fancy suite because, he owns the whole place. So his suite is fancy, and he's got fancy friends. And I don't mean fancy like Real Housewife fancy. I mean like fancy. Look, I took a video of who was next to me. So that was Portia, and that was Charlotte Jones. Portia was talking to, and George W. Bush, and then in front of us was the tallest man in the world. And so I've got to say, when we were invited, I was aware that I was going to be surrounded with people from very different views and beliefs. And I'm not talking about politics. I was rooting for the Packers, and get this, everybody in the Cowboys suite was rooting for the Cowboys. And so I had to hide my cheese hat in Portia's purse. And don't get me wrong, I like the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys. I love all the Village people, as a matter of fact. But Aaron Rodgers is a friend of mine. He's the quarterback for the Packers, and so I'm sitting in the Cowboys suite, the owner of the Cowboys, and secretly cheering every time the Packers scored, or every time another whistleblower came forward. And the referees, you guys, the referees. But during the game, they showed a shot of George and me laughing together, and so people were upset. They thought, why is a gay Hollywood liberal sitting next to a conservative Republican president? Didn't even notice I'm holding the brand new iPhone 11. And, but a lot of people were mad, and they did what people do when they're mad. They tweet, and but here's one tweet that I loved. This person says, Ellen and George Bush together makes me have faith in America again. And exactly. Here's the thing. I'm friends with George Bush. In fact, I'm friends with a lot of people who don't share the same beliefs that I have. We're all different, and I think that we've forgotten that that's okay, that we're all different.
So the Democratic national debates are happening this month, I think on the 15th of October. And Tulsi sends out this video saying she might withdraw.
I want to thank all of you so much for your support. I need to share something with you that's very important. There are so many of you who I've had the opportunity to meet in Iowa and New Hampshire who've expressed to me how frustrated you are that the DNC and the corporate media are essentially trying to usurp your role as voters in choosing who our Democratic nominee will be. I share your concerns, and I'm sure that all of our supporters throughout the country do as well. Now, the 2016 Democratic primary election was rigged by the DNC and their partners in the corporate media against Bernie Sanders. In this 2020 election, the DNC and the corporate media are rigging the election again, but this time it's against the American people in the early voting states of Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, and Nevada. They're attempting to replace the roles of voters in the early states using polling and other arbitrary methods, which are not transparent or democratic, and they're holding so-called debates, which really are not debates at all, but rather commercialized reality television meant to entertain rather than to inform or enlighten. So in short, the DNC and the corporate media are trying to hijack the entire election process. So in order to bring attention to this serious threat to our democracy and to ensure that your voice is heard, I'm seriously considering boycotting the next debate on October 15th. I'm going to announce my decision within the next few days, but I just want to say with my deepest and warmest aloha, thank you all again for your support.
Like, Tulsi, girl, come here close. Hey, you're the only person I've ever donated to in my entire life. If you withdraw from the debates, I'm going to send my accountant, AMG, after you. And he's going to get my money.
Bitch better have my money.
Oh, shit. Really 101, y'all. What's happening now? It ain't nothing like black pussy on my dick. Word to the motherfucking DJ quick. I play O's like dominoes, slapping bones. AMG's on the motherfucking microphone. I sing dick, bitch, nothing more, nothing less. You gotta see no hope. You can take the test and bring big fat titties and lots of backs. You got the woody and I got the axe. I'm no joke when I stroke for a client. Bitches need dick, so they find it. G with the high top fade. Open up your coach bag, bitch, so I can get paid. And take off your G-string drawers. Did you eat your Wheaties? Cause I don't pause. What are you laughing at? Ain't a damn thing funny.
Bitch better have my money.
This is a tough subject because Florida man pulls up to I don't know, like a convenience store and notices that this lady's parked in a handicap spot without a placard. Now, he parks and he gets out and says, "Hey, lady, you can't park there. You're not handicapped." And she was like, "Fuck you, motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Give me what you think." So obviously she was a white girl, right? So then, she wasn't white. So then, her boyfriend or baby daddy or whatever comes out of the store and sees these two arguing over whether she's supposed to be parked there or not. The guy's like, hey, if somebody's handicapped, they want to park there, where are they supposed to park? And she's like, I don't give a fuck. So the guy walks up, sees this guy saying, hey, don't park there. And then he turns to him and is like, hey, you can't park in a handicap. So, of course, this big black guy attacks him, assaults him, knocks him to the ground. And then the guy who got knocked to the ground had a gun. And this is one less asshole on earth.
The fatal shooting caught on surveillance outside a Florida convenience store in July. Michael Draka from the ground firing and killing Marquise McLaughlin in what he called self-defense. At the time of the killing, Draka walking away without any charges, but this morning a Florida prosecutor says this was manslaughter.
When I got the news today, obviously I was happy, I was ecstatic about it, but I'm just sorry that it took so long.
McLaughlin was inside the store buying snacks with his son. His girlfriend, Brittany Jacobs, was parked outside with their 2 other children. Draka approached Jacobs, berating her about parking in a handicap spot. When McLaughlin returns, he shoves Draka to the ground, then steps back. Seconds later, Draka pulls his gun and opens fire. The father of 3 seen here stumbling back into the store, his 5-year-old watching him die.
It's a memory that's always going to be with my 5-year-old. My 3 kids will be without a father.
So, whether legally or not, I think morally, this guy owed it to society to rid us of this fucking asshole. I think the world is a better place without him. I don't give a fuck that his family misses him. Hey, you know what? You raised him wrong. You didn't treat him right. Never in my life have I attacked someone in this situation. I don't have one friend that I know of that has ever treated a person like this. And I was in the Marine Corps. I've beaten up my fair share of people. Never in my life have I just walked up to somebody who's yelling at my girlfriend and just attacked the guy. And then the poor guy that got attacked got 20 years in jail. That is outrageous. This big motherfucker attacks you, knocks you down, and is probably yelling, I'm gonna fucking kill you. So of course, what do? You're like, hey, I got a gun, fuck this guy, it's either him or me. At that point, you're down, you're defenseless, what do? Obviously, he's big enough to push you down, and they convicted him and sentenced him to 20 years. That's some bullshit. That's that bullshit. That's that libtard fucking, he was black. He attacked a white man. The white man killed him, so we have to give the white man 20 years. Fucking bullshit. I don't care. I say you, sir, are a fucking hero. You rid the planet of this asshole. He's never gonna attack anyone again. And this is my favorite clip of the week. I wish I had like some bum 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 Johnny's favorite clip of the week thing to put in there, but I'm just like, I don't want to invest that kind of time or effort. So AOC, crazy ass Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, admits that Trump made America better than it's ever been, richer than it's ever been, in this dumbass video where she introduces her Just Society plan. So I'm just going to let you watch it. Watch how she's like, look, Trump made this country better than it's ever been before, but now we need to give to other people. Here it is.
America today is at its wealthiest point than in its entire history. And in fact, many would argue that today the United States represents one of the richest societies in global history. Except among all these record profits, 40 million Americans are living in poverty, and 18.5 million Americans are living in extreme poverty, which is measured as less than $2 a day.
So she's crying about, there are people in this country who only make $2 a day, which is ridiculous because if you walk down the street and just look at the ground, you can pick up more than $2 in change a day. And then AOC goes out and gets a $300 haircut. Bravo. Bravo, AOC. Yeah. That could feed 150 people for a day. But you were like, nope, rather spend it on my hair. Way to go, doll. So that's it for what a week we have had. In case you didn't notice, this is my Team USA baseball hat that I actually got at the first game against Japan, where we won because of that horrible call at third base. And my Invest in Precious Metals shirts from Grunt Style USA, courtesy of Federal Ammo. I did a video about that. You can link down below. I bought like, I think it was about 2,800 rounds of 22 ammo. And you got a free t-shirt. So this is my free t-shirt. Got a flag over here. Alright, so thank you, Grunt Style. Thank you, Federal. And thank all of you who watched. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. I will see you next time. Bye.